You're glowing, you color and fracture the light. You can't help but shine. And I know that you carry the world on your back. But look at you tonight. The lights, your face, your eyes, exploding like fireworks in the sky. Set fire! Touching in your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, 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 kiss it, daddy, body. Touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, 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 kiss it, daddy, body. Look what we found, karma reached out into our hearts and pulled us to our feet now. You know the truth is, we could disappear anywhere as long as I got you there. When the sun dies, till the day shines. When I'm with you, there's not enough time. You are my spring flower, watching you bloom wild. We are surrounded, but I can only see the lights. Your face, your eyes, exploding like fireworks in the sky. Pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, 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 kiss it, daddy, body. Touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, 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 kiss it, daddy, body. You're glowing.
छुपा के तू धनक फिर दी कि मेरा अपने तो नाड़ा उते नीलम जड़े चम 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 के सितारे वर्गी touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I can do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chum chum के सितारे वर्गी touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I can do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep.
Well, hello. Yes, I know, I'm late. I got sidetracked by Sweet Cheeks. But anyhow, I'm here now. And yeah. So, I can just imagine the fuckery that has, well, that's true, Pocket Sand. That's true. That has been afoot. Can just imagine. Has everybody had a good day? Hey. All right. So, I don't even know where to begin. It was pretty good. Sweet Cheek surprised me and was up way too early. He only slept like 3 hours. I told him he was keeping time like me. But I went live this afternoon with him, and then I went live on the True Crime channel about the newest Gypsy debacle. And then I did my battles, and now I'm here. What a mess. So I don't even know where to begin with this mess. Honestly. So somebody told me that Scotty said that she was going to start a fund to adopt Sweet Cheeks. And while I get that she thought that was funny, I'm not sure how you adopt an adult. I mean, I guess you can, but I'm pretty sure that they would have to agree to it. And there is not one single doubt in my mind that he would never agree to it. And number one, in order to adopt a child, and I know this because I've done it, or anybody else for that matter, you have to be financially stable. You have to be able to provide a home, a stable home, a home that can pay their bills and their necessities as well as their needs. And you can't even buy a chocolate bar. Not only that, you would never pass the mental evaluation that you have to have in order to adopt a child. You also have drug-related charges that involve children. And you're a felon. That would also preclude you from being able to adopt. And like Delta said, here's her. There's her public service announcement. She needs a car part. Crystal, what? Leave people alone who support me. And let's go ahead and talk about their newest thing that they've all been talking about. The great debacle of the blanket hello in the chat. Because all of y'all are idiots, according to them, because you let me dictate to you what you can say in my chat. Well, here's a little fucking clue. It's my chat. Hours. Here's the link if anybody wants to come up. My community really? And you dumb bitches sit over there saying, yeah, we know it's because y'all don't know shit. And then you've got Are You Woke saying, yeah. Well, that's exactly what they're doing, Delta. That was the battle from last night. when I literally rage quit. And I've said I rage quit. I have no problem admitting my faults and my flaws, unlike some of these people who think they're perfect. Are You Woke, one of them, I can't even remember which one, has been counting to see how many people in my chat are actively chatting. Because, there's only like, I don't even remember how many they said. And she can't say that's just one night because I've been keeping track. Do you realize how abso-fucking-lutely stupid you sound? Do you realize that makes you look like a lunatic? You're over here counting how many people are saying hello in my chat. And you can think that just because people aren't commenting that they're not here, but they are. There are a ton of people who don't talk. They just listen. And I get messages from them every single day. No, Pocket Sam, this is another lunatic. So for those that are watching and counting y'all right now, since they'll wait until nobody's commenting to get their totals, if you're here, please put a 1 in the chat. Exactly, Country Joe. See a bunch of my TikTok folks. There's a lot here that don't chat, and there's also a lot that won't put a 1 in the chat for whatever reason. Some people like to just watch. And a lot of them don't want to participate because they don't want to be targeted by these assholes. Look at what they're doing to poor old Delta. And that's exactly right, Tamara. Some people may not have channels. Well, Delta, they don't know anything about that because they're too busy being idiots. Well, and that's the thing. According to them, I don't have any friends. And, here's the thing about that. Y'all can think whatever you want to. That doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. And y'all can say that I don't care about anybody in the community. Doesn't make it true. I cared about all of y'all at one point. Until you were scum sucking shitbags and did the shit you did. And if you had only left because you didn't like me or you had an issue or you whatever wanted to leave and didn't say anything, I wouldn't have a freaking clue. I wouldn't care. Would not care, because there's plenty of people who've left for whatever reason and I've never said a word about them. But you couldn't help yourself. And what's hilarious to me is that y'all all still watch every single thing I do. Everything. Every one of you who's gone, who are in these chats talking shit about me, you know more about what I say and do than I do. How pathetic are you? Kristen, River Rat, Amber. Freaking Liberty Farmer. Y'all are the, like, I don't even know. And what's even funnier is y'all are too fucking stupid to realize that you are the problem. None of us over here give a fuck about any of you or what you think or what you're doing. Don't give a fuck. Yes, Delta, they were in her chat tonight. I'm just over it. I'm over the whole mess. It's like, yeah, exactly. Don't forget about the eBaby fund. By the way, it's still scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Um, Anybody who donates towards that will be able to help pick the name. Me either, Kiki. They sent me another video earlier of Kiki in Junior's chat, as if that's any of my business. It was weird. They act like tattletale 5-year-olds. Listen, I ain't Kiki's boss. I have blocked every person in that family except for the dude that I battled a little while ago, and now he's blocked. I have blocked every member of Junior's family because it is disgusting to me that they are still enabling Lisa and she's still over there lapping it up. And they all know that she's married and has a whole ass husband, and none of them care because she's sending them money. Junior's no different than the rest of them. He's there to make money. He flirts and he does his eyebrows and he does his little giggle and he gets up and dances and does all the shit because that's the job that they have. They literally take shifts going live, all 4 of the brothers. You can see them coming on lives at different times all day. I've been watching it for 2 months. And I would hate to know how much money they make. And she tried to put it over on us tonight when I was battling him, which that's the first time I have battled him ever. And he's probably the best looking one of the bunch. He certainly is the tallest. He's the one that's supposed to be married. I'm going to tell you the truth. It wouldn't surprise me if they're all married. Who looked so happy, Mother? And that's what cracks me up about all this mess, because these dumbasses over here act like I don't know what's going on and I don't see through this shit. I literally pick everything apart and I run through every possible scenario. I do freaking true crime for a living, for God's sake. I see the worst in everything. I know everything about these damn brothers. I found out all that shit when I was trying to find out for Lisa. And I've told y'all 100 times, don't go somewhere just because I'm there. If you see me in somebody's chat and I'm throwing for them, don't follow my example. I might not be there for the reasons you think I am. Everything I do, there is a reason. And now I got some dumbass sending me messages on TikTok telling me that Sweet Cheeks is their cousin. Made me happy too, Dasha. And did you see the look on his face? Because he sure thought he was going to. So did she. Oh, yeah, Lisa knows all about them. She knows what they're doing. They literally have shifts. They each take 2 shifts a day. And they split up the 24-hour period. Well, that brother's blocked too. I have all of them blocked now. I don't care if I ever see or hear about any of them ever again. What do you mean, Lisa? people act like I don't know why Junior was always messaging me. I know why he was messaging me. Because he wanted me to come throw for him. Because he knew that if I went, y'all would go. I'm not an idiot. Why do you think all these people want to battle nonstop? Why do you think these guys want to do battle after battle after battle with me every time we do battles over there? And why do you think I've started doing randoms? Because I'm over it. These dudes literally, and I've not even been battling anybody from Pakistan because I'm over it. It's like every one of them want us to battle them. And I mean every one of them, all of them. Doss, he and his brother are online literally all day, every day. They take turns and they are battling 24/7. Then you've got Habibi, same thing. Dark Man, same thing. He has the shtick, which is funny sometimes. But he's about to drive me damn crazy, messaging me nonstop, wanting me to come throw for him in battles. I've stopped going to all of them. I've stopped helping any of them. I'm not going to their channels, and I'm not throwing. And they are blowing me up. I'm about to block all of them. And I haven't said anything about this, but I'm about to. Dark Man sent me a picture of him with an IV in his arm that looked exactly like the picture that Jesus sent to Lisa. Identical picture. He did say he was sick and said he couldn't afford his medicine. And y'all haven't noticed that every single one of them says they're 22 years old? Every one of them says they're 22. It is impossible that every 22-year-old man in Pakistan is on TikTok. Yes, even Dark Man says he's 22. No, I'm not kidding. And like I've been telling y'all, and I don't know how many times I have to say this. And it's not, okay, so this is the thing. It's not that they're scamming. This is what they do to make money. It's all about making money. And there is a ton of them that live together or in a close proximity. It's literally their hustle. Exactly, Breezy. And to each their own. You know what I mean? Lisa, no, I don't think they're being made to do it. I think that it's their choice. Well, some of them. I don't know. Maybe some, but I told y'all. I told every one of y'all not to believe any of these people after what Schweeb did. I will never And look, I'm all for anybody doing what they got to do to make money. You do what you got to do. But don't harass everybody from my community to come and throw for you nonstop. What do y'all think? Why do y'all think they add y'all? Why do y'all think they come in my chats and say hello to y'all? I know a lot of y'all are new to this, but everybody who's been with me the whole time I've been battling, they've seen it from other people, not just since we got inundated with these. And you're exactly right, Crystal. If you don't think that these people watch what I do, how do you think Darkman knows about Nabil? I'm not going to any battles. I have not been to any of their battles. And, that's exactly what they're doing, Pocket Sand. I'm not stupid. You should see my inbox. Yeah, she was. Not even kidding. Y'all should see the messages that I get. And I know that the stuff tonight, Mama, he ain't no different. Literally. They're on 24/7. Hey, babe. And they done got you pegged, Mama. It cracks me up because all of these people think I'm stupid and underestimate my intelligence and y'all. And listen, I get that y'all, and listen, I am very thankful that y'all support the people that I support. I appreciate every single person that goes to Sweet Cheeks Lives. That's why I send out the notifications. But I don't ever want any of you to think that you have to or feel like I'm asking you to, because I'm not. Most of y'all have been with me for years, and I'm honestly just so over the lies and the deceit and well, that's what they think, Mother, that you're just dumb and throwing for them. I don't know why it's amazing. Your breakfast is amazing. Y'all, listen. This mess on TikTok is no different than it is. For instance, y'all, some of you, those of you who are not from TikTok, y'all remember what happened with Randy and Wendy. And y'all remember what happened when they stabbed me in my chest, back, side, front, head, everything else, and tried to throw me under the bus for some shit that I didn't even do. And they expected my chat and the people who support me financially to stay there. And when y'all didn't, then it really got ugly. When they saw that my community was much more loyal than they anticipated, that's when the real nastiness came out. But the joke was on them, because my community's always been loyal. And it's no different with these people on TikTok. Look at Schweeb. He fucked around and found out. Yes, Crafton. Rabid. Yep, same thing. Y'all already know I am loyal to a freaking fault. Most of the time, I am loyal to my own detriment. I'm much more loyal than most people are to me. But I have said this for years. I cannot even remotely ever express how thankful I am for all of you who have stuck around like hairs in a biscuit for years. Because God knows we have been through some shit and some shitty people. I was thinking about this earlier. All of the people who have, befriended me just because of the community that I have. And, I have had a ton of people on this platform, on Facebook and on TikTok, who have literally attempted to be my friend only because of the amount of money that they see. Thank you, Tiffany. And it's no different right now. It's no different now. Just look at the shit Scotty's pulling. Scotty's trying to, do these funds to compete, to make people think that somebody gives a fuck if somebody gives her $1. Bitch, listen, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, Mama, you're going to hear lots of fucks tonight. I don't give a fuck if somebody buys your ass some bobo ass Skechers. You need them to hold your ass up. And you can say that I'm nobody, never have been anybody, never will be anybody, all you want to. But one thing I am, and one thing I've always been, Scotty, is myself. And I've never been anybody but me. I don't have to hide behind some fake ass name with a fake profile picture because I'm ashamed of who I am. And I'm going to tell you something else that I'm sick of. This right here. Just a minute. Wrong way. Maybe not. Damn it. Well, and you're right. You're 100% right with what you just said. Pocket sand, and I'm putting this up on the screen. You're right. I don't trust anybody. And I've said that a million times. I can't trust people. Look at what has happened every single time I've trusted somebody. For the last 6 years, look at how many people I don't talk to anybody about anything. I keep all of my problems to myself. I always have. I don't talk to anybody in my real life, and I don't talk to anybody online. I deal with my shit myself. Thank you, Lisa. That means a lot. And that's another thing, that these people don't understand. I get messages all the time from community members, both those that have been here for a while and those who are pretty new that have came from TikTok. And they, tell me about how listening to me and being here and being a part of the community and the channel and, laughing, whatever, even listening to the dumbasses, how it has given them I really don't, though, Lyndon. I really don't. I don't trust people. My problem is that I try to see the best in people. And even though I don't trust them, I still give them the benefit of the doubt. That's my problem. Because I'll go into a situation knowing damn well I shouldn't be trusting anybody. And here we go. I mean, look at how many people, just the ones that y'all know about, look at how many people over the years I have helped financially who have turned around for no reason out of the blue and stabbed me. Hell, it ain't my back. They stabbed me full on in the chest. I do give people second chances. I couldn't even begin to tell y'all how many people I've helped over the last 6 years financially. With anything and everything. I mean, just look at that latest one, that Tyra. We literally raised $1,500 in an hour. Because she was homeless and I felt bad that she was sleeping on a freaking park table. And where is she? Now that she's not homeless anymore? Over on Robbie's talking shit. And she's just one in a long line of people who have done the exact same thing. Change the name of my fund for the night. Because this is what it should be named. Because I swear to God, this is what most people think. There you go. You know what's funny? Some of them would probably donate to it. Yes, we helped Tyra. Absolutely. Robbie tried to, and his community couldn't raise any money for her. So he asked if I would help, and I did. And within an hour, we raised $1,500 to pay the deposit down on her apartment to get her off the street. And now we haven't heard anything from her since then, other than me seeing her every once in a while on TikTok. And now she's back over here in Robbie's chat talking shit about me, and even went up on Brittany J's panel talking shit about me. Well, no, I didn't do it for Robbie. I didn't. And look at the whole Christmas debacle. Jesus, take the wheel. $10,000 worth of Christmas presents. And I'll never forget this. From the time that I announced that we were going to do the Christmas thing that year to the time Christmas was over, a month, pretty much. There were 57 live streams or videos made about me in 30 days. 57. 14 different channels, 57 videos or live streams made accusing me of scamming, that the people would never get their Christmas gifts, that there were going to be kids waking up on Christmas Day without any presents. They couldn't wait till after Christmas to see how many people didn't get their gifts. Myself and the mods who helped me worked our asses off to make sure that all of those families had Christmas. Literally up until the last minute. And we even took some families last minute, because y'all know me. Christmas came and went. Not one person didn't receive what they were supposed to. And do you think that any of those videos or lives were taken down after that, when it was proved that they were wrong and that exactly what I said was going to happen happened? Do you think any of those videos ever came down, or that any of the people that made those videos or the live streams apologized? No, not one person. Not one of them. Yes, she did, Grafton. Her and Brittany J. This community, literally, y'all opened up your hearts and your wallets to help these people, even though some of them are scum-sucking shitbags. Because I helped a lot of people that weren't even from this community. People who had talked shit about me literally drug my name through the dirt. But I still helped them. Because I couldn't stand the thought of a child not having Christmas. Hello, Robin Swan was one of them. Mama Knows Best, Brittany J, and a plethora of others. None of them did, Breezy. Not one of them ever helped anybody. Their channels didn't help anybody. Never have. None of them have ever helped anybody. None of them have still helped anybody other than themselves. Yeah, I remember the girl that needed the bed. Sure do. I made sure that she got a bed, and she even picked out the exact bedding that she wanted. And the mattress that she got was more expensive than the money that we raised, so I paid the difference. And yes, Seth, good old Seth, volunteered to take a family for Christmas and buy presents for them. And then the week before, backed out. He's such a stand-up guy and all. And that's the thing about it, Kiki. You know, every time that I have asked this community to help somebody, y'all have done it. And I can't even I, I can't tell y'all how much I appreciate it, because I know I get some harebrained ideas sometimes. And I know that I let my heart overrule my head a lot with people. And I know that I give people way more chances than I should. We all know this. And I do, even though I know better, try to see the best in people, even though they've shown me the absolute worst. And I sit back now and I look and I think about all of these people. And oh my God. Don't say that again. That's twice. I do not need that cuckoo bird. And I guess that's the thing that just cracks me up about these people, because Scotty's over there, talking about how I'm a grifter and that I grift and I do this, that, and the other, and I don't help anybody, and I'm so greedy. And of course, Robbie said that I am possessed by the devil and by greed. But how many of you, Scotty, Robbie, Nikki, Siren, we know you give all your money to Robbie. You can't help nobody else. How many of you who actually have a channel have ever helped anybody? Robbie, Scotty, Nikki. You haven't. Robbie's had his channel 100 years, and he's never helped a damn soul but himself. But I'm the grifter, because I have fun scrolling across the screen, yet y'all have every freaking method of payment that y'all can. Y'all have literally gotten my PayPal shut down twice, got my bank account shut down. StreamYard tried. Remind 3 times. Got my websites taken down my channels taken down more times than I can count. And I still help y'all. And you know what? Even today, if one of them had a genuine need, I would probably help them. That's just what's been on my mind tonight. Yeah, I would, right? Probably. I'll tell you what's the truth. I would rather deal with Mandy than some of these dumbasses. At least with Mandy, you knew what you were getting. You knew she was batshit crazy. Oh, sweet Jesus. It got kind of hard to hear me.
Yeah, yeah, you're kind of like making a radio-ish sound.
I'm cutting out. What the hell?
Well, now
All
you
right.
sound.
I don't know why. Let me remove.
You're probably wondering why I asked you all here this evening. Let us all take a minute to save a snarling ducky that has been caught in the oil spills of the lake and needs Tide Pods ran all over their feathers so that they don't have to snarl in a well, hello, friend. It's Sajay.
Oh, hello. Didn't
Welcome.
realize I was up there, crap.
It's you and I. We now have taken over, and
Oh, there could be
Natasha,
trouble ahead.
yeah, the names have been said far too many times in the chat. Natasha's channel is now haunted by the ghosts of Dixie and Mandy.
Oh no, Mandy.
Oh,
Oh
it's
yeah.
Dawn soap, not Tide Pods. Why did I think they used Tide Pods on ducks?
Tide Pods. Were people not eating them at one time?
Yeah, they were eating them. Yeah, I hear they're pretty good, but I don't. I think you gain weight or something with them.
Oh, delicacy.
Hmm.
The ghost of debacles past. I mean, mm,
Let's see.
I don't even know. Oh,
You know, Natasha, over the years of being on here, you start to, you don't, listen, I was very naive when I came to YouTube 7 years ago, right? Like I knew nothing, right? But now I feel like I kind of get the gist of how things go. And, people talk about scamming, right? And for me, uh, somebody like Scotty, right, who will literally say, I was in a car crash this morning and had to have whatever she said, I can't remember. And, I need money for that. And then we find out that no, it was a boyfriend who, gave her a little slap because fuck knows I would. Sorry. But I mean,
yeah,
no, 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 I
I'm
don't
about right
take
there
that
with
back.
you.
To me, and then this is the very motherfucker who will sit there and comment when anybody else says, puts up a PayPal or whatever, right? And she's the one with the big mouth talking about it. Nobody else, just her. Or Robbie. He's another one that likes to sit and discuss if somebody puts up their PayPal or whatever. When this is the guy whose community has fucking paid his rent, paid his food. I mean, the
Yeah,
Amazon list was full of fucking food and washing up liquid and all that shit. Paid for his wedding, paid for his divorce practically, and they're gonna talk about
and now
anybody.
paid for his crimes.
Yeah, exactly right. Just look at whenever you hear somebody talking like that. Look at who's saying it, right? Because most people don't care what other people get because it doesn't affect them, right? But
I've
people like,
never cared.
well, you you got to be realistic, but then so many are unrealistic. I mean, I've seen people have 200 subscribers and get angry when nobody's donating. They might have like 20 in the chat, and they don't understand why they're not getting what like say the likes of somebody with 5,000 people. You gotta be realistic, guys, and not everybody's got it. Some people are good at it, some people aren't. But I don't care about that anyway. I care about the real evil motherfucking scamming bastards like Scotty, who want to talk about everybody else. I'm sick of that.
Well, and that's me. I mean,
Hey,
tonight, hey, babe,
hey, how
when
are you?
I'm all right, when Breezy told me that
Well,
she said she was doing a fund
I am
to a,
watching you and sleep, okay?
okay, when she told me that she was doing a fund to adopt Nabil, I was like, what?
Oh fuck yeah! I mean that is just
Well,
she's just using. Uh,
she
we
lost
don't know what
custody of
she's
her
doing.
pet rocks, so she's lonely.
Babe, turn your camera off.
Oh,
Babe, turn your camera off.
you do know I'm here, right? You do know that, right?
You're staring right at CJ.
Yeah, right. Oh,
You're CJ's trying to look away. Her eyes are cast over towards the
I can't
chat, but
can't look nowhere else. I tell
right.
you.
But if Natasha swaps y'all's position, she'll be looking right at you.
Don't you
Seriously?
Catherine?
Well, then CJ would be on top of him.
Yeah, we don't know how he enjoys that. Don't win a beer.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Because he's turned to the side.
No.
Don't make her fulfill CJ's dream.
You look tired, honey.
Yeah,
He
he
needs
got
a,
up too early.
you need a good home cooked meal.
Go to sleep. Go back to bed, babe. Seriously.
Don't worry, we'll look after Tasha till you all had a good sleep. Don't worry. She's fine.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, and it's like I said earlier, Lori. You know, I get that she doesn't understand what it takes to adopt a child, but I do. And even,
Seriously?
huh?
Seriously?
Yes.
Watching you and sleep, I told you.
Well, turn your camera off
Why?
because they'll be screenshotting and streaming that shit tomorrow.
I don't care.
I do.
This is great. If I turn my head sideways, it's like I'm lying right beside him, looking into those eyes. Thank you, Nabil.
I'm trying to give y'all some candlelight.
Oh
Thank
my
you, Jessica.
god!
Like,
Candle!
oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty.
that's,
I can't.
just get some Scottish lullabies going.
Oh, good Lord. I can, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, this is great. I think I might have to mute in a minute, Nabil. You know what I mean? Uh-huh.
What's wrong, babe? Seriously, go to sleep, please.
So, so is Scotty trying to? I mean, she's trying to be edgy and funny and saying, "I'm going to adopt him because he's such a young person."
Yes.
Um, I'm wondering how much did she have to pay to adopt her boyfriend?
CJ's gonna lean over and kiss you.
Oh, my good God. Yeah, closer. Closer, honey. No, 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 no. The opposite, Nabil. Yeah, I knew I'd get him to turn out.
Missy K, what?
What?
Missy K, what in the hell?
Why
Am
would
I
they do
hacking
that?
people again?
You stupid bastard.
I got accused of that once in the strangest way. Somebody thought I was hacking into their messenger through their Bluetooth. We've already mentioned the name of the person that.
We were also in control of her microwave.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, no, that was the other one. Oh my God, no, that was.
I'm telling you, those two right there.
That's crazy. Because yeah, no, I forgot all about that.
Someone just asked me if I had given you access to post on my messenger.
can you do that?
What?
You know how difficult it is, or would be, to try to give somebody access to your own Facebook, what you have to do for them to be able to use your messenger.
I know, right? Because you have to, babe. Okay, you're looking like you're drunk. You got to turn your camera off because you're. Babe,
See, that's what I'm saying. StreamYard should let you be
go
able
to
to
sleep.
mute people's cameras.
Go to sleep. Yes. You got up too early. Go back to sleep. You're fine. I mean, I'm fine.
Promise?
Yes.
Pinky promise?
Babe, I'm fine.
Pinky promise?
Yes, I pinky promise. Yes. Mm.
Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Now we need to do.
Crafton turned the candle on again.
It woke Kim up. She was like, "Who you got the candles on for?" I said, "For CJ and the Bill. Come on."
Debacle, you know it's not a proper kiss without a little bit of tongue, my darling. Let's see what you got. What you working with there? Come on, part those lips.
My sleep's gone.
What?
Your sleep's gone. Really? Why are you blushing?
It's not blushing face.
What is it? What is it? What kind of face is it? Oh Lord, let me
Happy.
move.
Ah, look, Jax came and moved me away from you.
I'd say he was looking pitiful.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Jax is being like the bodyguard at the dance club. Sorry, I got to step behind the line. Now Kim's texting me, "Who is she?"
Who is who? What you been doing?
I'm like, what?
I just look. That's not real candles. That's one of those little bulbs in the lamp back there. It's a nightlight that looks like a candle.
Check WhatsApp.
But what's weird is it's reflecting on something. It looks like that down there, that low thing I've just covered up with my hand. That's a reflection. That's weird. Yeah. So anyway, my point was, so she thinks that's funny. Like I'll make a mocky little fundraiser, and everybody will donate $1 to it, so I can go get some beer because it's so edgy and
Really?
witty. Like changing her name to True Crime with Scotty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
I swear, I think she's aging in reverse. I think she's back to like 13 or so.
I tell you something, then I go to sleep and I turn off my cam. But I am on the panel, okay?
Okay.
Everybody, guys, take care of Natasha when I am sleeping, okay? And don't be sad, okay? And everybody, guys, take care her and cannot make her cry, no one, okay? And cannot getting mad, okay? I'm sleeping, but I'm listening to you. Okay, it's something bad, so it's make me awake, okay?
Okay, babe. I'm fine.
Okay, honey, I'll do that, and I'll get my payment for doing that from you later in kisses.
Sounds good.
Well, you got to give a little something back, honey. I mean, nobody does nothing for nothing these days, you know. Love you. Good night.
Love you.
Yeah, blow out the candle. Yeah.
Oh, I'll blow it out. Don't you worry about that crap.
Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. That
Hey, I just saw CJ's eyes move on her avatar. How'd you do that?
that is hilarious.
It went from side to side, back over to the right or left.
It's like
rolling back in my head there, Crafton.
Mm.
So Crafton, I don't know. I didn't listen to it. Breezy just told me that she said it, but I'm about to play it so that we can hear it for ourselves. But I got to speed it up first. Hold on, because I can't stand to listen to her at regular speed now because all I hear is moon. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Not Dickie.
Is obsessed with Robbie. Who's jealous of Nikki because Nikki's the new girlfriend. Let's see what else.
Nikki's who's?
They keep saying that Robbie is the one that's doing all these things. Robbie's doing all these things. At this point, I don't hear Robbie talking about hiring a fucking PI, right?
No, it's just not you doing
A
anything.
PI is nuts, right? Robbie's new baby? No. Why did he get a new baby? What's going on? I haven't been watching everything. I'll be honest.
You're
What happened to
useless.
Trump? Did something happen to Trump?
He became president.
Barron? Hey, got you now. He got a kitten? Aw. That makes me happy. No, see, I haven't even talked to him. Well, he messaged me earlier today, but I slept in late. I'm just had a shitty week.
Something else
so,
I had to kill.
and I have shitty weeks, so I try to sleep.
2,000.
A day?
Well, not a day. I'm saying maybe all together.
He got to watch Bob 24/7. I don't want no fucking gaps. You know he's sneaky as a motherfucker.
Because he'll
24
lie.
hours.
He'll cheat. He's a
He
good
will.
hacker.
We know Bob lies and breaks the rules to win. That's what he told us many, many times. He lies and he will break the rules to win. So I don't know. I think we might get. Do you think we can call a PI right now? You think he's still open? Is there any of them open up by him? Or it's all like after 5 now?
It might be after 5. I think he's an
She
hour ahead of
thinks he's
So
serious.
let's put that on the list for tomorrow. We go live.
Okay.
We're gonna call, get price quotes for PI and see if it's legal. First, we'll ask the PI. Look, we got this son bitch on probation. We want to make sure.
He's clearly
Does
trolling
this
them,
sound
and they
normal to you guys?
so
Does
stupid.
this sound normal? I have never in my
She
fucking
doesn't
life
know.
been like, let me do a price check on a private investigator on somebody that I used to be friends with online, but I'm not friends with him anymore. He is. He's a very good pet.
You've said things equally as stupid,
never done
but
that.
you meant them.
Doesn't seem normal. That does not seem fucking normal to me. I didn't even want to get a private investigator on my ex during my divorce. And that's something I was personally invested in. It
Most people
doesn't.
don't.
Like, I think that Amy and Granny Fanny should really take a step back, maybe, and listen to some of the shit that comes out of their mouth because it's not normal.
Should they self-reflect?
Captain Howdy. Let's play Never Have I Ever. Yeah.
Because adopting
Never have
a
I
guy
ever
who stands
thought about
normal,
hiring
right?
a private investigator to get information on somebody I used to be friends with. Never have I done that.
Make sure he does a good job, because I don't think he's able to.
Well, she got turned down at the animal shelter, so now she's trying her next route.
That's not normal. And I know neither one of you are going to spend that kind of money. For what? What is it that Robbie, what do you think he's doing that he's not transparent about out here? I'm just curious. He's pretty transparent.
Yeah, no wonder she's friends with Nikki. They
I mean,
really
he
just
did a
don't
piss test
get
with
it.
fucking people on Twitter where he pulled his wanker out in real time. Right? Y'all need help. Serious help.
And we want extra for drones. How much extra can we
It's
get?
been a
Drone
year now,
footage?
mushrooms. It's
Not
been a
24/7.
fucking
That's a
year.
lot of goddamn lithium-ion batteries. We can't handle it. But we'll get the drone footage. What price too? As a side order, a drone.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun. You know, it's not going to be fun. If Baby JoJo starts
Hey,
getting hit by
Gladys.
heaters.
Yeah, because that's what me and my friends do for fun. Let me fucking tell you. Me and my friends are like, hey, let's pitch in together and hire a private investigator to watch someone we don't like online 24/7. And then we'll see how much extra it is to have some drones thrown in there to watch their home and look in their
No,
window.
you and your friends go
That's not
live
weird.
from a beer joint.
That's
I
not
was
weird at
just
all.
fixing to say.
Hello.
Literally from the beer joint.
I mean, dude. And I mean, let's think about who we're talking about here, right? These people have been harassing Nikki and Robbie for a year now, almost a full
Well,
year.
shut the fuck
And they say
up.
some of the most heinous shit you can imagine.
Oh,
I mean, and this is how I
my
see these two.
God.
This is how intimidating I find these people. What the fuck? Did they change this shit again? Why can't I play a clip?
Because you're stupid.
Oh no.
She didn't like
You
that
guys.
answer.
Did fucking StreamYard really make it where you can't share clips? I'm gonna have to find another streaming platform. And I'm not paying $80 a month for this shit.
Call the head of StreamYard.
What can do? Hang on. What's going on? Yeah, Gladys always has gorgeous nails. 2 pounds of Cooper Sharp cheese since July 3rd. Oh my goodness, you probably got poop. Now we got Kim and NC doing shit. Oh, do we? I don't pay attention to them. I really don't. You know, I figure that I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a fund like to help with the adoption of her baby boyfriend maybe later. I don't know. I haven't decided on it yet. Let me see. Let me find what I'm going to take it off of.
So she thinks she's witty, but she didn't get Granny Fanny's joke.
Right.
Well, no, I think Nikki's rubbing off on her. I really honest, because usually she would have gotten something like that.
Yeah. This is the slow lane.
She's spending way too much time around Nikki. I think.
Now, next she's going to say we hacked her microwave.
I doubt she
So we
has
have
one
a
that works.
microwave.
Hell yeah. Well, she'll blame that on you. You know.
That's true.
And Natasha hacked my microwave and set it to 90 minutes with nothing in it.
Here's
Well, I'm not going to show
another
it. I'll just let it be a
silent.
surprise when I do it for you guys. And this sucks. StreamYards, you fucking suck. I hate StreamYards. Are you up video?
Yeah, you should
Let me see if I can find
revolt by not
Are
streaming.
you?
She uses the free version.
Get down, cat. My cats act like they gotta be on me.
Yeah, and there's nothing
Constantly.
that's $80 a month to stream.
Did she just scream at
Well,
her
that ain't
cat?
it. There's another channel called Are You Woke though. That's not them.
That ain't
She just
them.
Like the Are You Woke and then Natasha. I heard she was a little upset about the post I made the other day. Oh, you mad? Be mad, you fucking bitch. Let's see.
I didn't think you listened.
Is it the one she just did 4 hours ago? That one? Give me a
That
second.
was me that was upset. I'm still crying. I'm inconsolable. I've got these candles. I lit these candles because I'm so upset.
StreamYards. Hustle, it won't let me play my clips. I've got tons of clips on here.
Because StreamYard's cut onto your
And I'm
ass.
kind of pissed off right now. Oh, so yeah. All right, hang on.
We called
Is it this one?
StreamYard. Actually, we did it.
Is it called Entitled or So She Thinks?
Crap into the dark line to the owner of StreamYard.
Yeah. Jax called the president of StreamYard and had you booted from being able to put a video up.
Yep.
me get in the stream.
My best friend.
Turn my phone down. Oh, thank you, baby.
Oh my God, somebody's there
Yeah,
over
it's
there.
this one I got pulled up. Let me hit play. I'll mute myself.
Jen has lit up all gifts in their gift gallery. Well, good for Jen. I ain't lit one.
Hang on.
One. Yeah, I'm not very.
What we have been saying is, why won't they fuck off?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we don't like that.
Who?
Because then we forget about them.
Hold
We don't
on.
want that.
Robbie has his name. Robbie's name on this is Siren's Master.
Fuck.
That's so sad.
Hang
That's
on,
so
watch this.
fucking.
Right. Aurora wants to know when Darren's birthday is.
Look.
March 18th of this year. He's a Pisces.
Hey, look,
This
yes,
is
I'm
well.
serious. Here, I'll rewind it a little so you guys can hear this part. I was just like,
I'd
are you
never heard
serious?
this term, but that's financial dominance.
like
So he's
It might be
the
after 5.
FinDom.
I think he's an hour ahead of me.
Then let's put that on the list for tomorrow when we go live.
Okay.
We're going to call, get price quotes for PI and see if it's legal. First, we'll ask the PI, look, we got this son bitch on probation. We want to make sure he does a good job because I don't think he's able to. And we want a price 24/7, 365.
Idiot.
And we want an extra for drones. How much extra can we get a drone footage?
How did she
Not
not know he's
24/7.
trolling
That's
her?
a lot of goddamn lithium-ion batteries. We can't have.
The guy's obviously trolling her.
See?
She's an idiot.
That's not normal.
No.
It's just not normal. And it's concerning. And it's all in this attempt to, according to them, to try to get evidence to get you in trouble with your probation officer. But with clips
not
like
gonna
this,
happen.
your probation officer is going to be like, why are you stalking this man who has made it
I
clear
already
he
sent
wants
him.
nothing to do with you guys? You
Yeah, I
know?
already sent my
Like,
probation officer the video of Granny Fanny saying and Amy saying, I'm gonna become best friends with him, and they're laughing and stuff. So he's aware of them.
mhm. Granny Fanny, the garbage. Do you know that StreamYard changed and now I can't play any of my fucking clips?
What?
Yeah, none of them.
What?
What?
Why?
What?
On the free
Oh, you
plan.
have the free version? Yeah,
Well, yeah, I can't afford anything else.
I know.
By the way, guys,
fucking-
my links are pinned. I could really use some help with a car part right now, so feel free to hit
my,
that up.
I'm on
Anyway.
Sirens.
We'll get the
lets
drone
me-
footage.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Siren needs to add me to his. Damn it.
Because now this pat is $35 a month rent with my apartments.
Oh, yeah.
See, he just said he'll get Siren to pay
Side
for
drone.
it. That's been
Listen to this
financial
craziness.
dominatrix.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun. You know
It's
what's
fun
not
to
gonna be
stalk people.
Maybe
You
Siren is their obedient servant.
Right.
Then guess what's going to happen? The live's going to be over quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's one
Scotty.
of those nights.
Yeah.
Maybe JoJo's calm, cranky tonight. I should put cranky JoJo.
What is it?
Maybe we should hire a private investigator to see where Chad's going when he cheats on Amy, and then monitoring how much she's fucking intaking in food per day.
Oh my God, he did
Listen,
not
if I
say
was going to hire
that.
a PI, if I was going to be crazy like they are, it would be to track her down to have her served with a cease and
I am
desist.
so
And to
upset
get
right
actual
now.
image of her in her pull along toy trailer down by the river. That's what I would want.
Yeah.
You know?
He's really talking
If I was
about
concerned about making sure criminals were being good, I'd probably pick someone who was on probation for harming a child. Maybe that's where I would invest my money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause their
she's up on
stalking
the
is
panel with
completely
him?
normal. That's not a crime in any way, shape, or form.
Right. It's weird. You know, and then it's like he'll bring my name up. Why? Just because
They're like the
I believe
Three
it. No,
Stooges.
he has a crush on you. Come on now. You know
One of them
that.
needs to go whoa, 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 whoa,
I
whoa,
know.
You
whoa.
can't deny
That's
that.
my opinion.
Hey, Wyoming, you're good.
Yeah, she just did it.
It's just I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand these people at all. I don't think like this. I promise you guys.
Oh, fuck
I'm not
off.
worried about what any of them do during the day. I don't want to know where they live. I don't want to go to their house. I don't get it.
Thank
I don't
you.
get it. But okay.
They don't exist in my world after I
Right.
love her.
Exactly. Okay, let's listen to some more of this shit.
Maybe JoJo's a little cranky. I got my ass cheeks chapped today. We started off on a bad foot. So, is there anything you would like to explore, Amy, before we get into Bob's unbelievably aloof attitude towards probation?
We can get into it last.
So that's
Or
that works for me.
first. Yeah.
What is truly sad is they think discussions like that are funny. Instead, to me, it just shows how boring their lives truly are. Most normal people would not see that as funny. I agree. I don't see it as funny, look at mine. I don't think it's cute. The way that Amy will get all fired up and start, they talked about my kids and they did this and did that. When I know for a fact she's full of shit and it didn't happen that way, blows my mind. It's like, Amy, you are a liar. We have shown you to be a liar. We have dropped receipts on you being a liar. And your
No,
friends
you
are too
haven't.
cowardly to call you out. But we still know you're a liar. Yes,
You're
Jax has been going
lying
in there, which
about
blows
that,
my
you
mind why they have
lying fuck.
disrespected Jax.
Exactly.
You
But
know, it'd be interesting. Hiring a private investigator to see if Amy's daughter, since she got her kid back, is following CPS rules. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Amy?
Wow, still
Yes,
threatening
it would be.
CPS, you
I'm not going
fucking
to do all
prick.
that. But I mean, that's
Well,
awful.
no, I'm just saying. I'm not going to do that. But hey, focus on your own shit.
Oh, I remember one stream. It was Granny Fanny and Iva was pretending to be. He was pretending to be Jax, Super Jax, and she was Super Jax's son. And they were pretending that they were having a tennis match with their strap-ons. They had sound effects and everything, and it was kind of weird and disturbing and not funny at all. Very insulting to Jax. And yeah, I can't believe Jax is buddies with him now.
Buddy.
Wow.
I don't know.
I wasn't aware that you were buddies, Jax.
You know, I don't know.
That is, wow. Fuck. I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, they equate people getting along and being cordial to each other.
He has a
and
lot to say about Lokamite.
Yeah, that means you're
In my
BFFs.
opinion.
Yeah.
Amy is
They
so
really
jealous of
care
Lokamite
about you,
because
Jax,
Robbie
you know?
has a
They're really worried
respect for
about you,
Lokamite
man.
that he never had for Amy. And
Never. Like Lokamai's going to be the beneficiary on my life insurance. I just asked her. She's I mean, of course I trust Nikki.
So if
but, like,
that goes for
Lokamai is the one that
Jax
is,
and Granny
I know,
Fanny,
would
then
provide my
Wyatt
belongings
is
without judgment. You know, Nikki would be like, "Fuck that bitch."
Wyatt
naked and shit.
Siren hanging out with y'all guys after what y'all said about his sister.
But I think that's a real issue. And she tries to say, "Oh, Lokamite, what is the word she uses?"
I wonder how Siren feels,
you know, like when
about
someone's an
him
addict
just
and someone
saying
enabled. She says it,
Lokamai's
Lokamite
getting
enabled
his
to. No, she
life
doesn't.
insurance.
Nope. At all. And I know this.
Do what now?
He just said he's leaving his life insurance to Lokamai, which is interesting considering he probably owes Siren a fucking fortune, right?
And he said, "Not that I don't trust Nikki." I love the way he threw that in there.
Yeah. No.
Lisa, I've got it sped up because I can't stand to listen to them at regular speed.
I mean, he threw. Well, supposedly he told Nikki, which I think that's bullshit, to go up on that dude's panel and then sat in the chat and made fun of her and laughed at her while it was going on. I mean, that really doesn't say much for friendship when it comes to anything.
Exactly.
He didn't even know she was in the hospital, Jax. He sat there the night before and said he'd not heard from her in 2 days, didn't know where she was, what she was doing.
I mean, but that's supposed to be his BFF, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
That he calls and talks to daily.
Every day.
Yeah. And the only motherfucker on this platform that supposedly has seen his face, which is horseshit, I believe.
Oh, that's
I agree.
I know this.
Who the fuck enables her?
Granny Fanny.
Yeah, Granny Fanny, Tiffany, everybody who isn't calling her out on this super fucking obvious, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think I put that video out the other day when CJ did that ridiculous stream? I want to talk about Amy, and it was all her kissing Amy's ass, and I'm thinking,
glad you were watching, bitch.
You guys.
I mean, can you think about the irony that they were just talking about?
And then Andrea's mom was like, "Well, I don't like her, you know, because she doxed me and my kids and looked up me and my kids." And she's like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You did. You did do that." Matter of fact, I can play that video real quick for those of you guys that haven't seen it. It was 3 days ago. And it's called Let's Talk About the Real Amy. And I just put out the truth, which has been out for years. I'm not the one who originally put these receipts out. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't me.
Hey, Rob.
Shit, hang on. Okay, hang on. Share this tab instead.
See, the bitch can't prove that CPS went to her.
And this is what kills me. She acts like if people don't come out here and put out information they don't want to put out about their private life and their kids and their family, then they can't prove that she did what we all know she did.
Yep.
Right?
That's why. That's why she continues to do.
And that's where she has like that, you know, that.
Did that just make any sense?
Deniability, I guess, is what she thinks.
She's gonna be
but
so
the thing
good
she
at
doesn't get is we know
right?
she's full of shit.
This is
Case
the
in
craziest
point.
mess.
Watch my little video.
Her videos suck.
I'm gonna mute while I play it.
What's a channel elimination fund?
See, the bitch can't prove that CPS went to her house because they never showed up. I keep explaining this over and over and over. You know, I can't prove something
And
that
nobody
never
believes
happened.
it every time, bitch.
is a part of the problem when you fight with people on here, like Amber and I, for an example. You know, when all that stuff with Andrea's mom came out, they only showed parts, you know, half of screenshots, not the full conversation. They didn't show the entire chat where it was in a mod chat where it was taking place. Only what Amy said. How am I supposed to look somebody up if I don't even have their real name?
Exactly.
The person I
Oh,
looked
bitch,
up,
you find your
Oh, you
way.
silly bitch. This is from my
I was
life.
being told by
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
people and
going
Jimmy's
down.
mom.
Yep. I heard you. Yep. That's from yours.
Silly bitch. And that's the whole video too. That'll go down in seconds, you fucking idiot.
But she's got a channel elimination fund.
Wow.
Yeah, I had heard through the grapevine that that's what they're planning. Because I got a community guideline strike on this channel. Well, they thought I did. I got a warning earlier. They're trying.
Oh God, yeah. They're always fucking trying.
Do they think that this is the one that Crafton made? I'm not sure.
No. The one that we made is now up to 4 videos and growing.
Yeah, she's right, CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Chat is that she was asking for more money and scamming people. That's what I was told. Okay,
I remember
so
that. Right.
I was defending the people that sent her money is what I was doing.
No.
And the person that I looked up wasn't even her. And I said, show the proof. And she showed a screenshot from something years before I even knew who she was. And it wasn't even me that was saying that in a chat, but she blamed me because I've seen
liar
that from other people before saying that. I don't even remember what it was about. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but when you're fighting with people on here and they're mad at you and they're the idiots that come out and start exposing private messages and stuff like that, they only show you half of what's being said. They don't show you the full conversation, so you don't get full context of everything that's being said.
No.
You know, like the whole CPS thing with Amber. Everybody knows how AJ rolls on here, and everybody knows that before Amber even put that voice clip out of me saying that, it was a year, maybe longer, before that, you know, when I told Amber that, before Amber even brought it out. If CPS actually showed up at AJ's house, she would have been bitching about it the next day, if not minutes after they left her house, right? Then she said that first she said they showed up at her house. Then she said that they showed up at her son's dad's house.
And she didn't. Pause real quick.
AJ, this is how CPS works, okay? Because it was just happened to my daughter.
Hey, Shannon.
AJ never said that they showed up at her house. That's a lie. They showed up at AJ's ex's house.
AJ
That's
said
where Amy
somebody
sent them.
called on her.
Yeah.
Does he realize what a clown he sounds like taking up
Take
for her?
accountability, Amy. There's a
No,
better
I need this
respect for
real
Yeah,
that.
he literally used her license
Look, I
plate
said
for
no
something,
not
didn't he?
enabled. All
Like,
friendships
yeah.
are honesty and respect. My friendships are based on both. Some don't like honesty, but it's important if you truly care about a friend.
Okay, hold on. We got another debacle going on.
What?
So, Irma Berman,
Which is Robbie.
made a post and said, and I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. This is about pocket sand. Said, look at Natasha and Kim. This was a day ago, right?
Yeah.
Look at Natasha and Kim causing further divide between Siren and his sister Missy K. You take joy in this. Yous make me want to vomit. That pocket sand in her chat is such a vile little shit stirrer. Irma got her peepers on you. Use a wiry little stinky ferret. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And then Stink Tube said, it's a very strange thing happening. I was very close, at least from my end, to pocket sand. Then Nat came back and poof. I didn't know she was a Nat supporter. Also, MO4K appears to avoid me for the same reason. It hurts, but come on. I have enough experience with that to last a lifetime already. I invest too much. Okay. So that was that. And I'm not getting into anything else, but I am going to read a statement that Missy K wrote. She had no intention of this being read out loud, but circumstances tonight have changed drastically for ridiculous reasons, including her being accused of giving me her password and login to her freaking messenger. And the reason that she wrote this was because of Scotty's comment on a video. And Scotty said, Missy K needs to stand up for her brother with them like she did with Nikki, unless she is just scared of them. Nobody would catch me sitting in a chat where some ignorant, uneducated twat was speaking on my brother in that manner. She should be ashamed. And then Irma Verman said, you speaking the truth. Natasha don't like her anyway. Blood is thicker than Natasha Cooper. I've said this repeatedly. Missy and I don't talk about Siren. I respect her enough to not mention him. However, yes, I'm going to drag his ass if he can't shut the fuck up about me and mine. He literally sucked a freaking flashlight while he said Mariah's name. Miss me with that bullshit. And saying that they don't talk about her while he's there is also bullshit, because we've listened to the streams where they do. And he says nothing. He never has. Because
He's up on.
according to him, she has a mouth. He's never stood up for her. Well, Siren, you have a mouth too. You use it for everything else except defending your sister. Or yourself, for that matter. Maybe your dignity and self-respect. So this is the statement, and Missy said this is the only thing she's saying. This is the only statement she's making. She's done with it. It says, to whom it may concern, it has been brought to my attention that some feel that I should be taking up for my brother in some form or fashion. The answer is no. He has stated that he would not take up for me because I have a mouth. Well, that goes the same for him. I won't defend him. Whatever clapback or consequences he receives is direct results from his own behavior, to which I do not condone. I don't like it, and I don't support it. I do not support where he goes or who he supports. I will not go back in the lives or associate with those people who say and do the most abhorrent things. Never. They will remain Google blocked and Amish shunned. I do not miss them at all. Bad mouthing where I go and who I sit with does not bother me in the least. It's inconsequential. I'm not ashamed of where I hang out, and I'm far from ashamed of myself or where I go. The people I associate with now is none of anyone else's business. I have made good friends where I go, and I appreciate them so much for being there for me and supported me when I needed it. Natasha and her community is so good to me, and I am grateful. What has been said about her family, Rachel's family, Amber's family, and all the others that I can't recall at the moment has been the grossest, most disgusting things I have ever heard in my life. There's no excuse for it other than it makes the haters feel better about their own miserable existence. That does not make y'all look or sound smart. It makes you sound like you fell out of the stupid tree and hit every branch on the way down. In closing, I'm going to continue to go where I want and say what I want. Stop pressuring me. It's not doing you any good. I'm staying where I'm at. Accept it and move on. Now, what Lyndon just said
Well said.
is true, because I have held back significantly on Siren because of Missy K. If I did not respect her, I would have ripped your ass to your tonsils when you went after Mariah the first time. Because you're a sad sack of lying shit that literally did the exact same thing that you claim to be speaking out against Nikki for. And that is going after my child. The exact same child. So miss me with you're a good person and somebody's dragging you and you're innocent. You are far from innocent. You're just as disgusting as the people that you sit with. And just because your sister doesn't bow down to your wants, and actually has a brain and a mind of her own, and a spine, I might add, doesn't in any way, shape, or form make you a better person. You're a whole ass joke, Siren. Everybody in this community knows it, and the people you sit with know it. You are literally their court jester. They all laugh about you behind your back while they use you. You're a booby prize. Good luck with that. Thinking I've got somebody's damn password. I don't know where these people come up with this shit. Oh, you're exactly right, Pocket Sand. Exactly, Breezy, a constellation prize. The only difference is he's not riding a rocket.
Nope, he's being a submissive.
Hell, he may as well get up there on that panel with that other dude and let him talk to him the way he talked to Nikki. Because that's basically what they all do.
And that's one thing that I hope you two know. Like, that's where I try to be in my friendships too. Hey, Trisha and Machete. I am very honest with Nikki and Robbie.
Yep.
I just don't make it a public spectacle if I can help it, because it's not ever my intention to embarrass one of my friends.
Exactly, Mandy.
Or to make one of my friends feel like I am dogpiling on them, or
oh, you mean like Robbie did because I didn't answer
trying to
him?
harm them, right?
Right.
So when they're doing something I don't like, I'll just politely excuse myself. I'll hop off the panel. I'll leave the chat.
Interesting.
And if it's something I think is harmful to them or concerning, I'll go to them behind the scenes and talk to them about it. Amy, I don't have to come out here and put my close friends' personal business out on the streets like you have a very bad habit of doing. A very bad habit. I'm not built like that. I actually I have the ability to consider other people's feelings.
Are y'all hearing the same thing I'm
and act
hearing?
accordingly. You don't have that, Amy. And I doubt at your age you'll ever have.
Well, Scotty, Amy, her time, like her time as far as being able to fuck around on the internet is very limited. And I believe just from watching her interact with Chad in person and the shit that's been going on with them, eventually she's going to have to find a job and hopefully we won't see her on here anymore, because she's going to have to, you know what she says to everyone else, like, oh, you're a loser, you don't have this. No, bitch, you're going to know what it's like to have to fend for yourself. And that time's coming.
You don't
Chad
have
ain't
a
going to stick around
job,
forever because
Robert.
your attitude is gross.
I mean, even if this man
None of them on the panel do.
Okay.
Not a single one of
She's
them.
already made it very public about his health issues. She's already admitted, and things I've seen that have been put out, that he is working in the evenings because the heat, he can't do the heat anymore in the day. He's obviously not in good shape. If that were
Absolutely
me,
not.
and I had been with that man, she brags about 19 years, I would be getting 2 or 3 jobs. If
But
that's
you
what
ain't
it
got
took
one.
to ease some
Oh
of that.
my fucking
You ain't
god.
got one.
One.
I
She doesn't
damn
know what
sure
it's
wouldn't
like
be
to work.
spending all of my
Take up
free
a
time and
fundraiser
energy
for
out
him.
here
With another man.
with another man. Yes.
Hey, Scotty, take up a
Worrying about
GoFundMe
someone
for
I
him.
used to be friends with that I'm not friends with anymore. To me, that's not a loving life. That's not a loving fucking
What the fuck
relationship.
do
That's
you
not
know
a
about it?
Exactly.
What does he know about loving
how
anything?
would you put it? Like
Anything,
a
even
equal
a
relationship
Shit out of her.
at all.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
Oh God.
That is a fucking hostage situation happening.
Like
That is
Mhm.
what that
Shut up.
is. And Chad has life insurance. Okay, I know all about it because Amy went, like, she told me everything. And there's this whole back and forth about his mom wanting it. Like, I'm not kidding you. This conversation took place with Amy and him and all of that. Okay, that's the only fucking reason she's with that guy. And she has shit on him. She has dirt on him. That's a fact. She told
You just
Robbie and I
made up
about it.
as much of the fact is
That is not a loving
Jenna
relationship.
and Jada
This
getting
bitch,
into
I
a
don't know
fight.
why she continues to come out here and talk about my husband. What did she say about walking on a silver fucking golden platter or some weird kooky fucking? She fucked that up too.
I'm sorry,
But
but
no,
you talk
Chad
about
does not
her,
treat her
her
like the fucking
husband
queen.
more than she
He
does.
Do you remember?
absolutely does not.
Do you remember when we were like, why aren't you like leaving? Especially after she said he threw the plate at her head and he was cheating and all this. And she said, I am going to suck him for all he's worth. He is not
Yes.
going to do this to me and I will destroy him.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
You know, side note, I met this woman, and I'm not going to say any names, but I met this woman. The first time I met her, she was half lit, but she asked me if I would off her husband for her, and she
Was it
would
me?
no,
Y'all.
and she would pay me like $50,000
Y'all.
once she got his
Yeah.
life insurance,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just looking at this lady like, no, are you
Has
crazy?
anybody else ever had that
You know?
happen?
Normal people don't do things like that.
What did she see
No.
in you, scabies, that made her fucking ass?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Such a professional hitman.
She looks like a mercenary.
Maybe it was your daughter they were thinking about, you know, the murderer.
Oh my God, y'all. Where do these people come up with this shit?
Fucking.
Somebody has just walked up to her that is halfway drunk, mind you, and asked her if she.
At the
Number
beer
one-
joint, no less.
Yeah, I know, right? Number one, I know that no one you associate with has $50,000.
I know you'd have took it.
Exactly. This mess, y'all.
Well, the more that I was around her, not out of choice, but because she was
I need a drink
friends with somebody that I'm friends with, and we would run into each other.
at the bar.
After I seen her after that, she like apologized to me for it, but then would go on and say things like, yeah, I got him, convinced him to make a new will, and I'm the only beneficiary. And when he's gone, I'm not going to let his kids have a thing. They're not going to get nothing. And the more I would sit and listen to her talk
Was it Lori
about
Debacle?
her husband and his kids, the more I dislike
Wow.
it. Right?
Yeah.
Because
And you saw
She
what
was
happened to the Daybell kids. Wow.
waiting on this guy to go and mistreating him, cheating on him, you know, all this stuff while he was here. And
What is the
You're-
talking about how she's going to make sure his kids don't get anything. That really went through me
Yeah, this is
because
your
I
kid,
thought
but-
about how I would feel in that situation if I was one of the surviving children. And that's who Amy reminds me of.
Well, I'll tell you this, okay? If anybody who questions what Robbie and I just said about Amy and how fucking psychotic she is when it comes to money hungry and worrying about Chad's life insurance and his family's money and all that shit. Just take a few fucking minutes and listen to this bitch over here talking about my mother's estate. For what reason would she need to be talking about that?
Hey, Fitz.
I don't.
That clip I sent you, she's just like, oh, yeah, I know the details. It's really her sister. Her mom wasn't a millionaire. Like talking like she had talked to you about it, that you guys were friends when it happened. And I'm thinking they hadn't spoken to each other in quite a while.
Almost a year.
But that doesn't mean she hasn't told her.
How would she know any of this?
Exactly.
Well, there's
She
a.
lies.
I'm not gonna lie. There is a
Lies.
good possibility that she did speak to one of my family members because two of these fucking bitches would be. And I'm not kidding when I say some of the things that she was saying is literally verbatim what these bitches are saying. So if I find out that Amy actually contacted them, I wouldn't be surprised. Not one fucking bit.
Like you contacted
Well,
her,
I can't stand Amy. She carries herself
more
like a
power to her. I'm
bitch
glad
that
she
I would
would.
punch in the face if we were to come
Natasha, can I
around
can
each
I-
other in real time.
can I
Very.
say something?
Yes, please, because I'm about to.
Well, I just want to. They've just said about Amy and money and all the rest of it, right? And I just want to tell you all something that's you can believe is true. First of all, Amy, I've never seen Amy ask for a penny on here, never, compared to that motley crew, right? Secondly, and I'm telling you from my own experience, that Amy is very, very kind. And if you needed help financially, let me assure you that she would be the first one there to help you. And you can believe that. I'm telling you the truth. They are liars. They are lying about this woman. She is nothing like that. And again, they've got fucking zero proof of any of it. Just their big fucking mouths. The same way they do about so many fucking others, right?
Well, and I think that I think Jack's got to experience that firsthand, especially when all of this shit panned out the way it did.
Right.
Because I think that they've been trying to paint her in a way that isn't true for a long time with no proof behind it.
None.
Well,
Which is what they do to everybody.
Look, not a one of us on this platform have completely clean hands. We've said and done things, and all of us have at some point or another. But the far shit that I keep hearing from that bunch, no, it's not happening. Do I think, because look, I do it myself. I get pissed off when I say stuff that that I probably shouldn't be saying, as far as like unveiled threats or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean it's out there happening every fucking day and people are just necessarily doing it. But I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Even when I was over there at Nikki's, she played every fucking day just about that call with her stepdad. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but and this may piss Nikki off, and I give people my fucks if it does. If let's just say for shits and giggles, Amy did fucking contact one of her family, which I doubt seriously she did. Okay, I just think Nikki's a fucking drugged up bitch, and she forgot what she told Amy. But if she did, more power to her, because she deserves it. After what she did, that we know she did about reaching out to Amy's stepdad. Yeah. She deserves it if that's what happened.
And Robbie's sitting up there and he tried to blackmail the man.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Literally tried to extort him. Yep.
I don't feel sorry for her one fucking bit. What probably happened more than likely, though, just like she tried to shut that whoever that Courtney was down in chat yesterday. I believe more than anything, Nikki was running her big fat mouth like she always does, and Amy just remembers what she don't remember.
Right. You know what, though? It's that old thing, right? don't people can say words like all day long. Look at their actions. Look at people's actions, because that tells you who people are, not what they say. You know, talk is
I don't. You know, it's no secret. Me and Amy have had our issues. You know what I'm saying? We're not buddies. We're not besties. I'm not doing this because we've made some pact or whatever. You know what I mean? The point is, I'm gonna call it like it is, and I don't give a fuck if I like the person or don't like them. And if you don't like it, oh well, you move the fuck around. Is all I fucking tell you. Because at this point, like, I don't give. I got my own personal shit going on, and I give two fucks of what you think. So, but you ain't gonna sit up here and try to paint somebody as the fucking devil when your fucking ass overload, your mouth overloading your ass, and you don't remember saying it.
right. Robbie sitting there saying anybody's fucking money hungry, right? Scotty sitting there saying anybody's fucking money hungry, right? Okay.
Well,
How
apparently
many
she
times you
needs
saw
car work.
Amy ask for anything, right?
Yeah, I mean they're all a joke for that shit. And I used to, even when Tasha and Scotty fell out, I used to think better of Scotty, and she was doing, I will say she was doing a lot better than what she was at one point or another. But now it's like she's just reverted back to the same old shit and lying for them. Stop covering for their asses, Scotty. You're not dumb by any means.
Yes,
You
Mary.
look dumb. You look dumb for the way you're acting, but you're not, and you know better.
But she's Billy Badass though now, Jax. She's Billy Badass.
Well, you're co-signing the wrong shit, and I'm telling you, as somebody who used to be your friend. But what you're saying and doing now, no, dude, that's a fucking no-go for me. And you wonder why people are not talking to you and doing things with you like they used to. You know, I have a lot of friends that don't like each other, but that doesn't stop me from talking to them. The reason I stopped talking to Scotty like I used to was because of for me. Because the things that I see that are not right. I mean, she knows better than the shit she's spouting over there. She definitely does. And I'm sorry, but it's just gross.
Jax, after I saw her that day when that lady lost her daughter and the shit she did the very same day, I was done. I was done with her. I was like, anybody that could do that to somebody who's just lost their kid, they're trash. They're just fucking trash.
Well, and that, let me tell you something. Scotty knows better. Like I said, she was over here that night with Tasha, and we had, me and her had talked in private. She had said, that a million times that Nikki was wrong with the way she was acting and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And you can't tell me that within just minutes after that panel that night, she got up on Nikki's panel, that she had time to have a conversation with Nikki and then fucking turn around and say it was all right. It's not okay. None of it was okay. And it's still not okay. And just because you call somebody out for their behavior, it still's not right because you're still sitting over there with them. And they're still doing the same shit every fucking day. If you don't want to be over here, great. But be your own fucking person.
Well, she ain't got no choice about being over here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Either way, it doesn't matter. If she don't want to be here or can't be here, either way, be your own fucking person. You got your own fucking brain. Just like with Missy K. Missy K has her own fucking mind. She knows right from wrong. She knows what's what and what's not. She's not stupid.
But Jax, I think that, and I think you give her a lot more credit. Because
I'm talking about before, like, when everything was okay. It seems like she had turned a corner, but she's just right back to where she was. And I mean, I get it. I don't know if it's because, like she says, that people need to feel like they belong somewhere. I don't know what it's for or why she's doing it. It doesn't make a difference to me. The point is, you're wrong. And I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm being sincere and honest with you. You're fucking wrong. Period.
Well, I never contacted anybody in Nikki's family. I saw a post though,
and I think I showed it to you, Natasha, privately.
You did.
And that's where I saw about her sister and her mom and going to the hospital. Nikki, my issue is with Nikki. She's come here and she sits there and she lies to people. And then when she's mad at somebody, she lies about them to cut down their credibility and who they are. And for people to believe her. Why would I contact Nikki's husband? He has been with his fiance since 2022. He's done. Nikki needs to get over it. Nikki needs to move on and realize he's not coming back. It's over. There's no point of me contacting a man she's not with anymore. For what reason? He's probably sure in the hell doesn't want to drive there 6 hours, to go be with her and help her. He probably wants nothing to do with her. He never came around at all when we were friends. And Nikki needs to understand that we were friends, I thought, best friends for 5 years. She's the one that told me she had a 3-bedroom house. Nikki told me that out of her own mouth. She's acting like we're strangers and, like she knows everything about me, but I know nothing about her. I remember when she was telling me she was painting the bedrooms. She told me it was a 3-bedroom house. There was a basement. The plumber came. Like what? She showed me and talked to me about stuff for 5 years. When all that stuff happened with her nephew and the car getting repossessed that was her mom co-signed for and stuff like that, Nikki's the one that told me that she said, if I'm worried because if anything ever happens to my mom, my sister is in charge of everything. Nikki told me this out of her own mouth.
But because you haven't spoken to her for a year, you don't know anything.
Yeah, okay. Well, things could have changed with her mom, but from what I know, and she told me, that's how it was. Why isn't the mom calling on Nikki to take her to the hospital?
I don't think it's changed. I think she is a lying sack of shit, and she just don't want everybody to believe. And it's so petty. It's petty as fuck. Because think about this. How petty do you have to be to argue over who's got who control of somebody's estate? Who gives a fuck? The point is, bitch, you got called out. It was just a small part of the conversation, and you took it and ran with because you couldn't prove anything else anyone was saying to you and about you.
Jax, they did a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm sorry, like you were saying about the whole fucking debate, whether it's a house or a park. Who gives a fuck? The point is, you live in a house, and evidently Amy knows a lot about it. And you can't tell me within those 5 or 6 years you didn't mention something like that. That's basic conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's just an everyday conversation that you would have with a friend.
No.
But you want to lie about the stupidest stuff that is inconsequential to any of the conversation.
They lie about it. Today Robbie went live and Nikki went up there and that Rosaline bitch went up there. And they were literally saying that we got into an accident in Vegas because we were both drunk and my husband was drunk, drinking and driving. That pisses me off. That shit, my husband carries a CDL. Okay. It's saying how he had seizures. My husband's never had a seizure in his life, ever. And he drove cross country to get me to the wedding. We live in Arizona. I'm 4.5, 5 hours away from Vegas. That we wrecked a freaking rental car. We took my truck. We drove my truck there. This is the shit that they're lying. Then they showed some picture of a van that I don't even know who it belongs to. Never seen it in my life. That was the car that we wrecked. I'm like, what the hell? We almost got hit going back from the reception to our hotel on the freeway. We almost got him. Like Chad swerved out of the way, like right in time, and the car went from one side of the freeway to the other, back hit 3 cars. My husband used to be a firefighter. He immediately pulled over, jumped out to make sure everybody was okay. One lady was rushed to the emergency room by ambulance, and I was the one that called 911, and he filled out a freaking witness form. That's it. And I sent them the pictures, making it sound like that was our accident because my husband was drinking and driving. This is how petty and just ridiculous they are. What did my husband do to deserve this?
Well, it doesn't matter what he did. It's just because he's, and somehow connected to you. It's just like the way that they go after Sweet Cheeks. They don't care. He's not done anything to them. But because he's connected to me, they consider him fair game.
Amy, she just said that you told her that you were only with Chad for his money and you were gonna suck him dry
What? I'm
insurance policy.
my husband married me with 4 kids. He took on my kids like they were his own children. We've been together for 19 years.
Yeah.
We've been through hell and back. I slept when he was in the hospital. I slept at the hospital with him. I mean, what? Nikki's a fucking liar.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie. I mean, I literally went through hell and back after he had his brain bleed and his stroke because he wasn't the same person.
I know one.
I mean, I was ready to give up, to be honest, because I was just frustrated. But we made it through it. That was probably one of our worst times in our whole entire marriage. But that's not for YouTube to know. I mean,
No.
yeah, it was hard because my husband wasn't the same guy that I freaking married. He's back to like coming out of it. He's like almost back to normal now. But it has nothing to do with money. They want to sit here and say we live in a trailer, we live in this, we live in that. We have a freaking huge toy hauler. My truck can't, and I have a tow package put on it. It can't even pull it. My husband works out of town. Why are we going to pay for an Airbnb or a rental or anything when he can stay in our trailer? He's out of town working. Most men that work construction stay there in their trailers like that. And I stayed up there with them for a few months, until I knew he was okay, because I worried about him after his stroke. I'm home now. I'm back home. It's like, what is the issue here? They're making it look like I lived in this ran down fucking trailer, and that's not how it went.
Just the lies. It's just a constant lies. It's fucking infuriating.
I mean, look, I've been doing shit about living in a trailer before. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it, right? But let's be perfectly honest with you. My sister did it. My middle sister, she's a nurse practitioner right now. Had plenty of money. It's not the fact that they did not have the money. They had a 4-year plan, and now they own their own land and fix to build a house. But economically, it was sound for them because they paid off both cars, they paid off all her student loans, and were living comfortably and still having plenty of money going on vacation, 2 or 3 vacations a year, doing what the fuck they wanted to do. And their trailer they lived in was almost $100,000 trailer.
That's how we have a huge toy hauler. Huge
Yeah,
toy hauler. And I mean, it even has a garden tub inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a washer. It has a washer and a
what-
dryer. The 2-in-1. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's in construction.
I guarantee you, it's nicer than where Scotty lives.
Oh, I mean, but here's the thing. They're making it sound like we're these trailer trash people because my husband works out of town. Why are we going to pay for a hotel when he's out of town during the week? He comes home on the weekends. Why are we going to pay for a rental for an apartment or an Airbnb or whatever? You know what I'm saying? When we have that. I mean, you stay in it when you go camping, right? I mean, what's the difference? And it's just him up there. I was up there with him for a few months because I was scared to leave him because he was sick. And he was still trying to heal.
Some of the trailers I've seen are fucking beautiful, man. They're like absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, my sister's sounds like what Amy was talking about. They had the garden tub, and theirs was a 2-bedroom with a loft bedroom upstairs, and it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
My baby sister bought one. They lived in one in Houma. I mean, close to Houma, when they moved down South Louisiana before they built their barndominium. They lived in it again when they moved back down here to build their other barndominium they're living in now. I mean, it's it's not like she's living in some 1970s, ain't got no roof, and everything's green inside. You know what I mean?
Well, now he's just him up. I came back because I watch my grandkids. So I mean, even when I was up there, I was driving down twice a week to babysit, to see to watch the kids. But it's like I'm back home now because I know he's okay to be up there. Because he has his MRI, checkups and stuff like that, and everything's turning out really good. I'm comfortable now with him being up there alone. I'm back home in my house with my dogs. And they're making it just like, I mean, Nikki even said, because her husband has a tow truck company. And she's like, my husband told me, Amy, that your truck was repossessed. My truck was never repossessed. We actually just paid it off on Thursday. It's complete. We just had our last payment. It's done. I mean, where is she getting this? This is what they've done to me. They're trying to make it look like I live this freaking trailer park trashy freaking life. You know what I'm like Scotty does. That's not the case.
Wait, Nikki said your truck was repossessed?
Yeah, she said her husband told her that my truck was repossessed.
Who in the fuck did she know? She's in Canada, you weirdo. Ain't nobody gonna give you that kind of information.
The same way she knows about my CPS stuff.
Fucking weirdo.
Same way she knows about my my face fighting situation.
Well, look, and let's just be honest. This whole projection thing, it's a complete projection game with her. When she's saying that Amy had said that about draining Chad dry and she was going to do this, this, and this, it seems like to me she's doing a lot of projecting there because isn't she the one who's running around telling everybody that her ex-husband's still paying her bills and then she's been letting him do it?
Yeah.
It seems like to me he's got a whole other family, and if this is true and he's paying your bills, you look like the gold digger and the one that's draining somebody dry.
She's freaking. I mean, it's like now she has these foster kids, right? The best way I can describe it, Natasha took in her niece. Okay, she did the fostering thing. Gave her niece a better life than she would have had. You know what I'm saying? An amazing life. And so what Nikki does is now she has to one up Natasha. Right? So she has to one up her. So now Nikki has magically become a foster. Nikki never ever talked to me in 5 years ever about fostering kids. It's her way of trying to one up Natasha and be like, you didn't take care of her, but I took care of foster kids. I know what it's like. So she can show her experience that she had foster kids to be able to say this stuff to Natasha. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she did the exact same thing with Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the SE. That's exactly what happened.
Now it's like now she has her sons talk to her son's friends' moms or parents or whatever she said about Pakistan, Pakistan, however she says it. But it's like because it's making it look like she has experience or has talked to somebody that has that experience or has done this or done that, so she can one up Natasha with that. Like she knows more, and this is what Nikki does. The other night she was telling that horror maxer guy or whatever, I have 2 university degrees. Nikki, you have 2 university Google and paste degrees. There's a huge difference there.
Oh.
She was a housewife. She took care of 6 kids. We talked about it all the time. All the time. I was a stay-at-home mom. I took care of my kids. There's nothing bad about that at all. You took care of your kids. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's times that we sacrifice so I could stay at home because I don't believe in babysitter. I don't trust babysitters. I don't. I've followed true crime for years. I don't believe in, and sometimes parents have to do that, but we took a sacrifice for me to stay home to be with my kids, and it's like that's nothing not to be proud of. You were there for your kids, but she tries to make it look like she has this huge education so she can one up everybody. So she's educated, and so people look at her a different way. She was a stay-at-home mom. That's what she was. It's not a big deal.
You can tell by her the way she speaks on here and the things that she just has a lack of knowledge on. I mean, a lot of common sense shit she has a lack of knowledge on. It makes you even wonder, the way she conducts herself, if she even graduated high school. I mean, it's she really lacks intelligence. And I don't know what causes that, if it's just a lack of education or if she's just really that.
All 3 of them do.
Unintelligent.
If you sit around and if you just listen, like take away the drama, take away all of it, and just listen to how they speak and the things that they say, none of them know the correct usage of words.
No, all of them sound like their parents are either first cousins or
I wasn't going to say that, but yes.
Her and her debauchery. I mean,
like she slept with her homeschool principal, or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they even came down. They even came like we're saying that I'm not even married because my last name is still Secor. It's not Lovell. Well, I changed it through the IRS, but not on my driver's license, right? So, but it is changed to the IRS. The reason I didn't change it is until like a couple months before my youngest daughter turned 18 because I wanted the same last name as them. That was why. And, you know, because school reasons and stuff like that. That doesn't mean we're not married, but they had to sit there. I mean, I even posted my copy of my marriage license. Oh, that's fake. Oh, that's fake. Then they say, I never saw Amy. Amy never has. So I showed my ring. Now it's a Timu ring. I mean, there's nothing I can do, nothing I can say that's going to be okay with these people. They're going to find a way to criticize it, to do whatever they can do. I mean, I'm done trying to prove shit to them. I am.
And you don't have to prove shit anymore. Those motherfuckers are so. I think what you and Granny Fanny do is fucking hilarious, and you just keep doing what you're doing because there is no making the blind see in this situation. They willfully and intentionally want to be as blind as possible. They don't want any answers to make any sense. They intentionally jumble it up so that it doesn't make any sense, so that they can keep running their mouths about it. And you're right, they're never going to fucking change. These are fucking like drug addicts that have to hit a bottom before they would ever like change their lives in some kind of way. Scotty's never gonna fucking do it. Nikki, it seems to be teetering on the edge of reality altogether, but there's no fucking way they're gonna ever get it. They don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, down to saying that my husband was cheating on me with his ex-girlfriend. She lives in Michigan. I live in Arizona. Tell me how that happened.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. But like, they may as well be telling us at this point that you've got an arm growing out of your forehead, and we're supposed to be like, wow. And Amy actually traveled in the freak show with the circus because she's got this third arm growing out of her forehead. That's why she never pans up, or some shit like that. It's like,
yeah.
Anybody that would believe any of this bullshit, especially about your personal life. The same with like Natasha's personal life, or Jax's, or CJ's, or ours, mine, and Kim's. It's like that, that's your fucking personal life. And the more shit they spew, it's like, how obsessed with somebody's personal life can you fucking get before it becomes really, really pathetic?
Right. I mean, you know how with what's the word? Betrayal. That's the only word I can come up with. The betrayal that I feel being so close to somebody and like opening up my life to them.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, when you're talking to somebody on the phone as a friend and you're like confiding in them about something because you trust them, that should always remain between the two of you. I mean, it's like with my daughter. Okay. She had a very abusive ex-boyfriend, and it's her daughter's dad. And he will do whatever he can to take her to court for any little thing, right? Nikki and Rob, and I've shown the proof. Nikki and Robbie will do whatever it takes, right, to lie, knowing that they know that they're lying. They knew the situation. I showed them this. I showed them everything, and he did a false CPS report on my daughter last summer, and it ended up getting closed out. Whatever. He got charged for falsifying documents and stuff to CPS, and he got in trouble for it. And so anyway, so what did they do? They come, and they know that. I even showed them a copy of the letter that my daughter got. And I'm like, because I was so happy it got closed out, because he's just a jerk. He's so abusive. And so anyway, Robbie and Nikki know that. They came here to YouTube telling everybody my daughter lost her baby. Their purpose, they know that they're lying, and they're purposely doing it. And they know that they're doing it.
Yeah, he was just threatening that again. CPS on your daughter.
What does my daughter have to do with any of this? My kids are excellent parents. He threatened that tonight?
In the clip Natasha played, yeah.
I didn't hear it. I fell asleep for a little bit.
On Scotty's live, I think.
Robbie, okay, I'm gonna be dealing with that tomorrow. See, this guy isn't allowed to be on here and taunting people and harassing them, and he still is. He's still doing it. Why are they gonna call CPS on my daughter for what? What did she do?
He said, he said something about hiring a private investigator or drones to make sure that your daughter, who just got custody of her child back, was treating the child the way it was supposed
My
to be
daughter
treated.
never got custody. She was never taken away. He is such a fucking liar. I'm taking that to the police tomorrow. I've had it with him. I've had it with him.
I can't say that I blame you.
So
No.
I mean, how many more reports do I need to go to the fucking police? Like, how many more?
Well, personally, he should never been put on probation. He should have at least had to do a little jail time because he doesn't learn his lesson, and people keep bailing him out of his own predicaments and stuff that he gets himself into because of his fucking mouth, and he don't know when to shut up. He should have spent some time in jail. Period. They should have never gave him any kind of option or probation or anything of that sort because he has a track record of harassment and going their life and everything else. And I'm sorry, and people can get mad about it all you fucking want. But my personal opinion is every time he fucks up, they need to know about it.
I agree. Yeah.
We were joking around today. Graffy he was like, how much do you think it would cost us to get a PI to follow him around to make sure he's walking the straight line, and it just totally joking around. And I even made the comment. I said, you know what he's going to do with this now? They're going to take it and turn it around like we're really doing it. And we both
And they
started
did,
laughing.
and that was his response back was, well, maybe you should get drones to follow and see if her daughter's. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, my daughter never lost custody of her child ever. I never would have allowed that to happen. He's such a jackass.
Well, he'll never learn a lesson as long as there's people out here bailing him out of his problems and the shit he does. Them paying his fines and things, that did absolutely no favor to him whatsoever. He needed to struggle, and he needed to be able to pay for his own shit, and he needed to have to sit there for 18 months. Do I think he's going to get off early? He may get off like maybe a month or two early just because the stuff is paid off if he can keep himself out of trouble. That's just from my personal experience. I've been on probation twice. Even though I paid all my fees and stuff, I mean, my stuff wasn't even nowhere near what his was. Mine was some property damage and my ex did. And I paid off $6,000, but I still had to finish up everything but 3 months of my probation. So,
the problem with Robbie is that he's never had to face consequences for anything that he's ever done. I think that what he did to Michael's family online was absolutely freaking disgusting. It was so disgusting. And what he did to Michael with his mom was absolutely disgusting. And that's why he has these charges.
Well, he thinks if he jumps on a fucking live and does a fake ass piss test and pretends like he's sober, that everybody's gonna fall all over themselves trying to help him. But how many times have you heard this song and dance? This has happened more times than you can count on fucking two hands. I mean, it's every other fucking month with him. And do I think that Robbie at some point probably wants to be sober? Probably. Will he ever get there? Probably not, because everybody keeps handing him the tools to be the drug addict he is and the loudmouth he is when he don't know when to shut up. So, like I said, the best place for him to be would be locked up in a jail cell somewhere. So he has no choice but to sober up.
Yeah, but I don't think he loves his lifestyle. Like him and Oscar spent the night with them one night, and they called me. We were on the phone for like 3 hours, and they were sitting there talking about how they went to this bar, right? And they went out into the back alley. Oscar went into the back alley and started giving this guy a BJ in the alley. And then Robbie went out there and finished the guy off, went back inside and just started talking about politics like it was nothing. Robbie loves his lifestyle. He loves it. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. Until Robbie wants help and Robbie wants to change, there's nothing anybody can do, not even jail. What's going to happen when he gets out of jail? He's going to go right back into it because he craves that lifestyle.
It's going to, I said this earlier on a post, and I think it was under his little fucking sock account, Irma Berman, that he swears up and down on him. They were talking about something. Oh, Extinct 2 made a fucking joke. Said there was a post about me on there or whatever. And she thought she was being funny and said, "Oh, he's still alive," talking about me because the stuff I just went through. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "But if Robbie keeps on with what he's doing, he's not going to be alive himself." And I was directing it toward him under his little sock account. And of course, Extinct 2 thinks she wants to take up for him, but the fact remains is he's an active drug addict. he can piss test all he wants. He can fucking pull his junk out right there on the camera and pee in a cup. But as long as we're not seeing you make every step, every move of the actions, we don't trust you. We're not going to trust you. We don't believe you because your actions and what you say and do on here speak otherwise. If you've ever heard the saying, actions speak louder than words, well, there you go. So we're not going to believe your sobriety. You might as well just stop trying. But, and I said, if he keeps on, it's going to kill him. One way or another, he's either going to end up in major trouble where he spends a lot of time in jail, and I ain't talking about just 180 days. I'm talking about years, or he's going to end up dead in a ditch somewhere.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
Or his apartment.
Yeah. Well, if not from the drugs, from some idiot he meets online that he thinks is a great idea to sleep with, and the guy ends up murdering him either in his apartment or wherever they meet up at.
Yeah, one of these dudes finds him posting some of those pictures on social media that they didn't know were being taken of him.
You would think, because he whines and cries about the supposed, R that happened to him. You would think common sense, which he seems to have none, would tell him to stop the bullshit. Just stop meeting a fucking stranger. You already escaped and they're escaped, supposedly, but now you want to keep doing the same thing you're doing. Because that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. That's why nobody believes his.
I'm gonna step down. I got to get up early, y'all. I'm gonna
All right. Thank you for coming up.
All right.
All right. I'm getting off here pretty soon myself. These people in general, I don't think they're never going to learn their lessons. They're just not. They're never going to learn their lessons. They're never going to be held accountable because they have people in their lives who enable everything they do. And it's just like Locomite over there tonight with Robbie saying how she only supports good people. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You're just as delusional as he is.
So Locomite supports Robbie going after your granddaughter because she did, or he did.
Yeah,
okay, she supports him going after Mariah, and Siren holding a flashlight in his mouth, making weird noises, talking about Mariah. I mean, come, Natasha, look, I don't know a lot that about. I was never involved, when you first came here and stuff like that. But I've talked to people that were, and I have had 2 people tell me, if it wasn't for you, no telling where Mariah would have ended up. You saved her life. I mean, I've had 2 people sit down and actually explain the story to me and tell me that. And then you have Nikki over here trying to make you out as an abuser. This is what they're trash. They are scum. They're just I don't know any other words to use for them. What's lower than that? They're hurting inside and they want to hurt everybody else. And this is what they've done to me. This is what they've done to Tiff. This is what they did to Mel Mel. I mean, the Hooker, Manderlin, the things that they said about them was horrific. The things that Robbie said about them. Absolutely horrific. I mean, because they have an issue because Robbie said when we had our first fight after his wedding, Robbie said on his live, he goes, whenever I fall out with somebody, I will show all of your private messages and I will tell everybody everything about you. Because you had a falling out with somebody? You want to go hurt them?
But that's not the problem. The problem is the fucking lies. If he stuck to that, then everybody would just get on with it. But it's the lies he tells. He said that Hooker was having relations with her daughter.
Yeah. And that Manderlin's mom took her life over other stuff I mean, it was just disgusting. Absolutely freaking filthy, disgusting. The things that he said. And then he gets mad at you, Natasha, and comes and they start attacking your grandbaby and Mariah. I mean, for what? And now your other kids, for what reason? They were doxing your son-in-law one night in one of Nikki's chats, and she's just allowing it to happen.
But Locomite says this is good people, right? You're a fucking idiot, Locomite.
Yeah, so she supports abuse. Yeah, she supports abuse.
Trash.
Well, obviously, Her idea of good people and mine are two completely different things. And I'll tell you what, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with Lokamai.
She can keep her good people over there with her.
And I'm not being on the same page.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
they have to go for your family. That's what he does first.
Well, that's what all of them have always done. That's what I said. I mean, the fact that I am literally completely desensitized to the shit that they say about my kids is ridiculous. Nobody should ever be at the point that I'm at with how these people speak.
Yeah.
They just shouldn't.
It's almost like you become numb to it.
You do. I mean, it's like I don't even hear it. They've done it for so long, and they've gone after every single person.
It's almost like they're trying to like dehumanize you.
They do. They have for so long. I mean, even if you just listen to how people talk about me, and overall, they literally act as if I'm not a real person.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why nobody ever stands up for anything that happens to me or mine, because as long as it's me, it's okay. Because people have made me out to be the worst of the worst. And I don't, why? Because I don't bow down to your shit? Because I'm not your doormat? Yeah, I've gone at people. Why? I've never went at anybody who hasn't come at me. And if you know how I am or how I was, why would you do it then? But they never talk about what they do to get a reaction. It's always just about the reaction.
Yeah. Then you have bitch boy over there. I'm not the one that started it. It was Natasha. It was Amy. It was this birthday started it with me. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he said it's because with me, it's because he said I was making him make a choice between me and Nikki. No, that's not what happened. He purposely started texting me and started a fight with me about between Nikki and I about who blocked who first. I know what I did and when I did it. And that's what he got mad. And then he blocked me, went up on Nikki's panel and started going after my husband. That's what happened. And because you didn't respond to him right away, you ghosted him and did this. So he immediately starts going after you. Come on. I mean, Nikki was going after you and dragging you before you and Robbie even fell out. Why didn't he say to Natasha, hey, or to Nikki, stop?
He said
Just
he
stop.
did. He said
I
he
don't
did.
believe that.
He said in the text messages that I have, he said he told her he didn't understand why she was going at me because I hadn't done anything. But then because I left him unread, because there was nothing else to say, the argument was going nowhere. And the only thing I said to him was that I didn't see that it was any different than any other time because he had never stood up for me. Even after all the times that I had gone to bat for him, never once had he stood up for me and said anything, because he hasn't. Because he doesn't care about anybody but himself.
Right.
And I truly do believe now that the reason he wanted me back over here so badly was to be his guard dog.
Well, that's what he did. He brought Miss Portland. He brought Miss Portland in.
They tried to bring Darcy back as well.
Mm-hmm. They brought Miss Portland was doing just fine away from here. She was doing her. I'm sure she was watching, but she wasn't like on here, And he brought her because he knows that he can get her worked. He knows what nerve to hit with her and get her so worked up that she's going to start going after people on our community post or making videos, and you know what I'm saying. And he needed that. And like CJ said, they tried getting Dorothy to come back, and I mean it's about team building with them and seeing who they can get on whose side. It's not about truth anymore, and it's not about morals anymore or who can do what. It's about who's on whose side.
I'll never forget when I had only been here maybe 6 months, and Natasha lost her aunt, and I had never seen the level of the hatred and using somebody who just passed away to attack somebody. I'd never seen anything like it, Amy. They were making channels with her aunt's name and picture and disgusting, it was utter filth. And
I hope my mom's not still here.
oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Hang on. I don't think she is. I think she's gone to bed. Because I have never told my family
Told her?
about that. No,
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine, CJ. Don't worry about it. She just found out a few days ago about the stuff that they said about my sister and my grandma. But I never told anybody in my family the stuff about my aunt because what they did with that was, I mean, what Robbie did about my sister and my grandma was bad enough, but the stuff that they did about Aunt Debbie, just because they knew that it hurt me.
Yeah.
And Pinky said something the other night because Pinky's like a vault and she remembers everything and I don't know how. She keeps up with this mess about as good as I do with these Pakistani men. But there was a channel that they made about Aunt Debbie and back then. And listening to it now, the voice really, really makes me wonder about who it was that did it. I wasn't in the frame of mind back then to even think about it, and I didn't even listen to it very much, but I listened to some of it the other night, and the voice is very, very familiar. That's all I'm going to say.
Always is, Natasha, behind these accounts. It's always somebody that you know.
Well, so there is this account Space Monster calls me Blamey. Okay. And there's an account going around using my picture, saying this stuff like, and the name of the account was Blamey. And Robbie's the one that shared it with me and said, look, there's this account, and it was around for a long time. Well, when Space and I acted like adults, when all this started happening between Nikki and I, and sat down and showed like each other everything and discussed everything, Robbie had over 20 accounts. I can't remember the exact number, over 20. He told me that whole entire time that it was Space Monster behind that account. She has the URL, handle, everything to match up, like when you change names and stuff like that. It was Robbie.
What?
He had over 20. Robbie was trolling me with had me believe, like, because he was my friend. I believed what he told me, right? Like, I listened to him. He told me it was Space Monster, and I thought the whole entire time that it was her. And he was doing it because that way I was thinking I was getting trolled by her, right? And I keep on like being mad at her. This is how he gets people to stay on their side. Oh, there's an account. Look what they're doing to me. Look what they're doing to my friends. And it was him the whole entire time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about that. Speaking of that, I'm not gonna say who the person is that told me this because I don't want to involve them in it. But it's somebody that used to be close to him, or I don't know, may still be close to him. I don't know. They're suspicious and think that there's an account that went after them that showed a bunch of like mugshots and family pictures and stuff, and they're pretty sure that it's him who did it. All the clues point. They haven't said anything out loud because they don't want to, the backlash or whatever. But they're 100% sure that it's him because there's just things on it that they know that gives it away completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and after all so Natasha, I when you say that about that account and about the voice, I know exactly where you're going with it, and I'm going to tell you, this guy, Robbie, is demented. He's sick in the head. There's something not just the drug use. There's something deeper in his brain that's wrong.
No, I agree, and we were not speaking when my aunt passed away. People make me out to be this absolutely horrible person, and they act like I don't have feelings. They act like I don't care about people, that just anything and everything that they can do to dehumanize me to the point that other people don't see me as a human being and act like I don't have feelings. And I've said this before, there was a while from the time that Granny started on me till the time my channels went down, and for a while after, I literally would cry myself to sleep every single night because I didn't have anybody I could talk to. I couldn't tell my family about the stuff that they said. It was horrific. It was absolutely horrific. And you can't talk to anybody on here about it because all they do is twist what you say and go turn and tell it to somebody else. And then it's a whole nother saga. So for years, I kept all this shit to myself. And like I said, you know, I had become somebody that I did not like at all. And making the choice to leave here was hard because I had so many people who didn't want to go anywhere else, who were comfortable on this platform. And, you know, people don't like change. They like to go and they like to stay where they're comfortable.
Right.
And I was very fortunate that the amount of people went with me that did to TikTok. But, you know, these three in particular, I have seen and heard even all the stuff that's been done to me and said about me and my family over the last 5 years. I've seen and heard in just the last 3 months the most absolutely disgusting things from those three's mouth. And it astonishes me that some of the same people who literally would burn me at the stake because I'm such a horrible person and I've never done anything remotely like these people have, sit in their chats encouraging them, all the while still talking about me and how bad I am. And the things they say about me and my family are absolutely atrocious, but they sit there like they're good people. They're not. And they never have been. And, you know, I am always, and I always have been a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And the people who aren't here weren't meant to be here.
Yeah.
You know, when you're treated like this, you become almost cold and callous because you've had to put your wall up, you know, you've had to put a wall up, and it's almost like your heart becomes like stone cold because you've dealt with so much on here. And I feel like I'm getting to that point a little bit, but then I come back down. I'm like, that's not who I am. That's not who I am. You know, and
I've never let it do that. I've never let myself. I swore when I first started doing this that I would never be anybody but myself.
Yeah.
Because I had seen so many people change who they were after they just had a little bit of, you know, attention or success. And that was one of the things that I always swore that I would never let happen. And I have never been anybody but me. Like me or love me, hate me, whatever. I've always been myself. And I still give people too many chances. Even when I know that they're lying, I still give people too many chances. And all these people spit and spew about, oh, this and oh, that. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing that people had an issue with me about was that I made money and they didn't.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
That's always been the biggest bone of contention with every person that has had an issue with me.
Yeah, and these people don't understand that YouTube is actually considered employment. That's why you have to file taxes on your employment. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
Some people,
They
for
do
some
understand
people,
it. They understand it.
It's not employment for everybody on YouTube, though. It's not. The people that can make it employment are the lucky ones, right? But the problem is that the people who want it to be their employment and can't for whatever reason tend to hate the ones that can, and that's when you get issues, right? So It's just one of the.
Or they get mad and falsely strike you, and you
Yeah.
lose your monetization. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, you look at, I busted my ass building my channels, and it's hard to build channels over here. It is much harder to build channels over here than it is anywhere else, because I've done it on all of them. And the algorithm over here is just not like it is on other platforms. And I honestly think that it's that way for a reason. I don't think they want people to grow over here. Now, I made good money when I had my channels. I mean, I was making about $8,000 a month just on memberships and super chats and stuff, and ad revenue from my videos. But people didn't like that.
No, because they couldn't do it, Natasha.
I know.
They weren't getting that. And
I know.
that's, well,
I know.
jealousy. It is jealousy. I mean,
That's exactly what it is. And none of them have done anything since I lost my channels. And somebody said, not when, well, how are their channels still up? Well, I'll tell you how they're still up. Because not enough of us report them.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly reporting. That's literally all they focus on, because they see everybody else's competition, because they can't compete. Robbie can't compete with me. Scotty can't compete with me. And Nikki sure as shit can't compete with me. So they have to target you somehow. They know they can't beat you in people that watch your numbers. So they have to do something.
Instead of putting that energy into their own channels, right? That's what they should do.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know how to make real content. They can't make real content, though.
No,
well,
they can't.
Like, I'm demonetized now, right? But before I was demonetized, I was lucky if I got the amount that you could lift, 60 pounds or whatever it is. And I know why that is. It's because I'm not consistent. I'll go weeks and weeks and months not doing anything.
Where at, Retro? Nikki's. Robbie's threatening Amy's. I'm trying to find it. Hang on. These fuckers, I'm telling you.
Well, Dickhead's live.
Which one?
I know, Retro.
Sorry, Dickie. Driveway, Dickie.
Okay.
Retro, can you get screenshots for me, please?
Oh, it's in her chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where they were threatening my son and all of that stuff. And then I think it was the next day or the day after is when they contacted my stepdad.
Oh, Nav sent you it, Amy.
Okay, thank you. He's screwed up.
Fucking idiot. I mean, the guy's a fuck.
And this would be where Dickie says, I didn't even see it in my chat. I don't know what was going on. Bullshit, bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking save that shit for somebody who believes you.
And yet, Jax, anytime something
I
happens,
see what he said.
Can you say it?
He said, and her daughter's CPS report needs a checkup. I'm concerned, and a reevaluation.
Well, my daughter never lost custody.
See, but that's inciting people to do, that's putting it into people's heads. And there's just enough fucking crazy fuckers on here that would pick up on that.
See, and if Nikki was a real true friend to him, she would shut it down right now and say, Robbie, you can't be doing this. You're going to get in trouble. Robbie, you can't be doing this. You're going to get in trouble. But no, she keeps it rolling.
Well, no, because he's her little pit bull, because she's don't have the balls to say the shit and do the shit. She does. She always redacts or takes her alive.
Yep. And she enables him and lets him do whatever he wants to do. Just remember, those phone calls that Nikki plays, it was on a messenger chat between me, her, and Robbie. Robbie's on 98% of them.
So, Robbie, if you go back to jail and have to back up your probationary time, you can blame Nikki for it.
You're right, Jack. He does need some jail time. He's never going to change or stop.
No, he's not.
And then if you come up here and you defend yourself against his bullshit lies and his bullshit that he's saying, he threatens you. He makes it worse. He keeps going and they keep going and they keep going. Well, he's a piece of shit. All right, I think I'm going to make a phone call right now. So I'm
All
going
right.
to jump down. I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to get this ended tonight.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye.
He can thank his buddies over there for getting him in trouble. That's what he can do. Because he evidently has no self-control himself, and they didn't want to tell him to knock it off. So,
Yeah, they're such great friends.
I know, right? Like I said, they're all in for him to do the shitty things he does and says.
Yeah.
So he gets what he gets. Like I always say, you play stupid games, you're gonna get stupid prizes. Usually.
Right.
I mean, you can tell he didn't take what happened to him seriously. Like he didn't take it as shit. I got a second chance. Let me straighten my shit up and stop the fuckery I'm doing. He took it as, oh, somebody will bail me out of it, and it'll be over. And I'll be done.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right.
This was his chance to straighten his shit up and get his life together and stop sponging off of other people and doing this fuckery he's doing over here. But he fucking just wasted it. And that judge that gave him 18 months of probation, basically, if he has to go back in front of a judge or it happens to be that same judge, he's gonna look at it that way. He basically shit on him and said, "Fuck you, I'll do what the fuck I want to do."
Well, that is what he's done. Yeah.
Well, and that judge ain't gonna be happy about it. Been there and done it. I was stupid too, bro.
You'd have thought that, losing your marriage, losing your home, etc., would be rock bottom for most people, but it wasn't for him.
Well,
He's not hit rock bottom yet.
No, he rock bottom for him. Unfortunately, CJ is going to be in a ditch dead somewhere, or he's going to lose something or somebody close to him that's going to rock his fucking world to the core.
Right.
And when it does, because like Tasha said the other day, karma doesn't always come for that person. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
But then again, I think about it. I mean, who the fuck does Robbie care about but himself?
Well, this is it, Hex. I mean, who would he care?
Thank you,
Give a fuck.
If one of his parents, God forbid, something happened to them, that he would give two fucks.
I don't even know if he would, Jax.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he would give a shit.
No. Things he said about them.
For most men, like me and my mother, they always had a rocky relationship. But if something, and it's a lot better now than it used to be, it still has its moments. But if something were to happen to my mother, I would be devastated.
Oh, God, yeah.
No matter what kind of relationship she and I had.
You're trying to ease stress off your mom and dad when they get older. Not fucking give them it. Not make them. I mean, the things he said about his dad.
I can't listen to this shit.
Oh, she's so fucking hard to listen to, man.
Robbie
It's
said,
like
"Call
one-
the cops, Amy. You'll be listen to this. You'll be arrested pretty quickly with the receipts I have. Let's go, bitch. Shut up."
I don't think, I mean, buddy, you pretty much cooked your goose as far as your probation is. You're gonna learn one day, buddy.
He's cooked more than his goose.
You've been over in a stall somewhere and Big Bud will give it to you from behind.
He's like that.
Yeah.
That's his idea of a good time.
I don't think it's gonna be enjoyable for him.
These people are just disgusting.
It's sad. It's hurts you. I said this today in a comment section on fucking community post. He's made this. I don't know if you saw that or not, but he's got this post where he's claiming that everybody's jealous of him and Nikki.
Somebody sent it to me. Yeah.
Why?
Why? What do they have?
It says what they have in common or something like that is that people are jealous of them, and then it's him and her in the Clueless movie.
Yeah.
They're clueless, all right.
No, it's more like him and her and Dumb and fucking Dumber.
Well, that's true too.
I don't know what he in his delusional mind thinks somebody's jealous of. I mean, yeah, we're jealous of a lonely, pathetic existence with nobody around that gives a fuck. I mean, I seriously even doubt that they give a fuck about each other at this point.
They don't.
It's a what can you do for me transaction. You know what I'm saying?
It's completely transactional.
Friendship of convenience.
Yep. You guarantee that Nikki Tvar told Robbie, cut your shit out and get your shit together, or vice versa. That'd be the end of that. That would be, I mean, that would be null and void. They'd be done.
Yep.
And then we'd hear how many calls of Robbie she's recorded.
Oh God, who knows?
I can't wait for that fallout to happen. And it's coming.
Oh yeah, it's coming. Well, neither one of them can keep a friendship anyway. I mean, they can't keep any kind of relationship, evidently. Friendship, personal, love life, nothing. I mean, how long were him and Michael married? No time, right? That mean what?
2 years.
They didn't last 2 or 3 years. And he couldn't keep it.
Well, I knew that when it happened.
I mean,
I knew it wasn't going to.
and I've never spoken to Michael in a day of my life, but you could just tell that he was a way better person than Robbie ever thought about being.
No, but Robbie's so wonderful.
Yeah. Sure.
Don't you know?
Yeah. He's so wonderful.
Well, I am about to get off of here for the night. I'm going to try to get some sleep. I hope that Sweet Cheeks is sleeping. And I'm going to try to get some sleep too because I didn't go to bed this morning until the sun came up.
Deep cleaning my kitchen.
I am tired. And tomorrow is Mariah's birthday. Well, today is Mariah's birthday.
Oh,
Well, tell her happy.
yeah, happy birthday.
18. I didn't think this day would ever come.
Ah, sweet 18. What an age. If only.
I know, right?
Well, get a good night's sleep, guys. Thank you, Natasha.
Yes, everybody. Absolutely. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.